think about what fulfills you and then go after that in life. And so I like my life now. I talk to about 10 families a month and I buy 3 or 4 houses.
Can you maybe tell us more about how you found that niche and how you found, really kind of a little bit more about your background?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Our community loves learning about each individual we bring on. And I think you guys, you're in such an interesting place that, like you said, the next 20 years are going to be very exciting for that world. So tell us how you found that in your background.
Sure, I'd be happy to. And a long story short, I've been in real estate 22 years. I started off in new construction. I built my first house when I was 20 years old. And I did that because my family is in construction, so it didn't scare me to do that. And being a developer and dealing with contractors and all these people, I realized it didn't make me happy. I didn't like to mess with rehabbers, right? Or construction people. The timelines were 12 to 18 months to get your check. And so back in 2000, when I started, I worked my way back to becoming a wholesaler. And I know almost everybody listening right now is probably a wholesaler dreaming to become a developer. And I would say, think about what fulfills you and then go after that in life. And so I like my life now. I talk to about 10 families a month and I buy 3 or 4 houses because the leads are so good.
Yeah.
And so you asked me, how did I get there? I don't know if you guys are going to believe this or not. This was truly born out of laziness. People laugh when I say that.
Good way to think about it.
It was. I hated working crappy leads so much that I was like, where are even today, where do the best leads come from? And when I discovered senior living, this was back in 2011, we had done 66 deals that year. And I said, at like the end of the year, what was the stereotype about all of these sellers? If we had to tell one story, one generic story about all these sellers, what would it be? And it was something like this. It was, well, Dad passed away 8 years ago. Mom's been doing the best she can. Deferred maintenance is there. She's been piddling around the house doing good, but then she fell down again.
Yeah.
And this time she has to have a hip surgery. And this time the doctor says when Mom gets out of rehab in 3 weeks, she can't move back home.
Yeah.
The adult children are scrambling to get Mom the best care, but now the doctor said she can't move back home. So immediately right now, me and you were brothers, is Mom going to live by you? Is she going to live by me? Is she going to live by our sister? Is she going to live by where she lives now? What level of care does Mom need? It's truly a crisis mode, and they need to make a really hard decision really quickly. And in those moments, those stakeholders in senior living are giving them advice. And when they say, in this case in St. Louis, call Philip, he's the most trusted guy in town, game over. These are the best leads in the business. And so in 2011, I said, well, who's going to the senior living world and making these relationships? And Brian that I was working with, he said, you should go do that. And I said, I will. And the problem is right now you guys are hearing this and you're thinking, Philip walks in the front door and he says, I'm an investor and I buy houses from old people moving into nursing homes. That's not what I do. In that sentence I said at least 3 things that would get me kicked out of the senior living world, because it's a kinder and gentler way to do business. I'm looking for people that have I call it a heart condition of love. I'm in the hugs and kisses business. The transactional guy who can only see the dollars and can't put others first, this is not good for them. But for somebody that can build relationships, wants to build relationships, this niche can feed your family at least the next 20 years. It's not trendy or sexy what I do, but it's sustainable. And it even gets better in a down market. We've had a frothy market for the past decade, right?
Right.
But even in a down market, what I do gets even more valuable. And so that's why we're here today. I'm ready to tell the whole world about what senior living means for our real estate world if you do it right.
Yep.